Well, this was the scene this afternoon in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, where a plane that took off from the Des Moines International Airport crashed into a home. Bystanders shared this video of the devastating aftermath. At this hour, officials have still not shared the number of passengers on board the plane, but they have confirmed that there were no survivors. Remarkably, no one on the ground was injured in the crash. Witnesses say the plane caused a fire at the home, the structure remaining standing, but the roof was torn off. According to the FAA, it was a single-engine plane traveling from Des Moines to the Anoka County Blaine Airport. Brooklyn Park Mayor Hollis Winston spoke about the crash.
As a city, we're grateful there are no casualties within the actual residence itself. Heart goes out to the families of folks that were in the plane. But I will say that as a community and as a city, we're very much going to surround the families that have been affected by this. Our heart very much goes out to them.
The Des Moines International Airport released a statement on the crash this afternoon saying, quote, "We are aware of this incident and our thoughts are with those affected. At this time, we do not have any information. The NTSB will be leading the investigation." Investigators are still hard at work to determine the direct cause of the crash, but a former investigator from the NTSB shares what he thinks may have occurred.
The way the airplane gets into that position is an aerodynamic stall. That's not an engine stall. That's actually where the wing stops flying because of a lack of airspeed and flow over the wing to create lift. Then gravity takes over. The weight of the aircraft is now heading to the ground, and typically it is in a very vertical 80-90 degree position.
You can see here all that remains of the plane, a mess of just smoke and twisted metal there. This crash comes as a shock happening in a residential neighborhood with a lot of homes. Reporter Sammy Solino with our Minneapolis sister station spoke to people who lived nearby when the crash happened.
Homes. And the people inside were shaken this afternoon.
I was in my kitchen and all of a sudden I heard this big boom, louder than I've ever heard.
A small plane crashed into this home in Brooklyn Park.
Could have happened to any house in here.
About a dozen people who live nearby told us they heard the boom.
It sounded like a gas explosion, and I went looking around my house to see if it was my house.
Some told us they were worried it was their residence that caught fire.
I was asking my kids what's going on. Is the house falling or something today? One of my daughter came and said, "Hey, Mom, there's a crash just around our house."
But as they learned more, they realized it was a neighbor whose home was lost.
And it sounded like it was a sputtering sound of an engine of a plane.
The people living there got out all right. There were no survivors inside of the plane.
I'm so sad for, the life that are in there, that somebody's family.
Now, a home sits in ruins in the middle of a shaken neighborhood.
To stay up to date with all the latest details on the crash or to stream any weekend newscast, be sure to get We Are Iowa Plus. Just download on your TV and start watching for free.